out, and we'll begin the race once people are in the lobby.
Don't know why my player's German. That's because I was Adrian Sutil in career mode.
The experienced Adrian Sutil. See Daisy. Yeah, the stream's working fine. No viewers so far, so don't need to speak.
Do I sound laggy?
No, it's fine, Aaron. I'm not even going to say it's lagging. Well, I will, but it seems fine. There's a little bit. Right,
okay.
That one bit. But nothing major.
That's cool.
We've got 3 viewers already.
Well, thank you for viewing the stream, guys. Welcome to today's Japanese Grand Prix, where the F1 title could be won.
It could be indeed. Tom Racine has an 8-point lead, so I think if he wins, Pine's 4th, then Jack is basically 5th. Then Oogie will be the champion. The first champion since F1 2014. The new champion, obviously, because we've had the same champion for so long.
Yeah, the last champion before Big C was indeed myself, so you've got the perfect people in the commentator's box for today's race.
Indeed, so I'll share the links out, a bit on Twitter and all that good stuff.
Have you got a bottle of water for today's? Because this could
water
be,
and Pepsi Max for a bit of energy.
Yeah, you need it, don't you?
The
way you were sagging across the line last season, you definitely need a bit of a sugar boost.
Indeed. So let's share it around. F1 stream, Japan, PSGL, title decider. Maybe.
Maybe. Just need to tell us what car to go into. They can't have that all.
I said message to the chat.
Oh, cool. I think Toro Rosso could or Red. No, not Red Bull.
I think Toro Rosso is always one, but you never know in this league.
Okay. Alright, I'll be back in just a second. Gonna fill up some water.
So yep, hello everyone. Comment in the chat and subscribe, like, whatever. Do all that good stuff as we'll wait for the last few drivers. And Johnny Greenwood is always here, so hello Johnny. Make sure you share the stream to your friends who like F1 and, get them into good old PSGL racing. Because it is the pinnacle of assist racing. Arguably. So let's see who's here and who isn't. So we've got the main big guns in Shortbread, Time Razim, Pine's here, Joel's here, Jack's here, Maxi Lucas here. So obviously Haas can take the Constructors' Crown. And hello Haig, who is leading the F4 Championship. So hello Haig. Let's share it about. So let's wait for the last few guys. Toro Rosso for us. Yes, the pinnacle, Fanis, of assist league racing. PSGL. What more would you want? So Steve,
what car is it, Big
Toro.
Thank you.
Only 12 drivers though. Thin on the ground.
Well, in a championship race like this, I think this would be music to the ears for Time Magazine. The less cars there is, the less amount of obstacles. But the grid is filled with quality, so
yes,
it'll be
indeed.
interesting to see what can happen. People like Shortbread could be looking to get amongst the action. People like Sambound Kid, even Joel, Killer Blue. You've got so many names here who can mix it up there.
Yep, very true. Skivan in the chat's going for Maxi Luca to win. He's stupid fast. Actually, Manny says, and looks like we're lining up with just 12 drivers. No boy, no face. Once again, as he says, he's got a busy life outside PSGL, so he says. Anyway, but it's always what they all say.
Big C, how does it feel? The clock's ticking down. You're about to go into that race. The lobby's about to open. What's the feeling at the moment?
No, there's usually a lot of banter in the party chat, so it's quite a nice time. Everyone's usually quite chilled. Certainly if you're in a party with a lot of people, it's usually quite a nice time. people shouting HD, people like that.
Yeah.
Lordy boy. So.
Yeah. And you feel quite relaxed, don't you, in the opening, part of qualifying when you go out for that outlap when it's a quiet track.
Exactly. There's no pressure. No. There's nothing at stake at the beginning of the session.
Yeah. Until you get onto those second and third runs. So it'll be important for the championship contenders to set a lap in early and a quality lap. So whether they can do that is yet to be seen.
Yeah,
All depends on whether it's wet or dry.
Yeah, correct. And Johnny Greenwood says, do you think that PSGL League should use real points?
I mean, it's not something that they've experimented, but I mean, their point system is very unique because it allows that driver who's the most consistent to be able to stay within that championship fight.
Yeah.
It's what makes the site unique from any other, to be honest, with their point system.
Yeah, I think I agree. I think it makes it a little bit more closer. I mean, it's not much different, like points-wise, and it's anyway. Inters for qualifying and a wet race.
So it'd be interesting to see if Maxi Luca cannot rejoin. What they do?
I mean, if he can't rejoin, then we'd have to do a full restart with dynamic weather.
Okay, well,
this
could rob us of what could have been an adventurous race. But let's hope he gets back into that lobby. Because this is the weather conditions you want, isn't it, Big C? This is what you want to be commentating on.
I won't go as far as that, to be perfectly honest, but the wet weather does offer a massive challenge.
But he is back, and that is good news for the viewers. This is going to be a challenge. Timer Azim, not really the best driver in the wet weather conditions. We've seen him spin out of these conditions before.
We have indeed. We had a full wet intermediate race last season. So it seems to be. Is it exactly the same this time around? It is exactly the same this time around. Identical, except from in qualifying we've got. Obviously, we're in the first few minutes, so that at least he was able to rejoin. Otherwise, we'd have to have a restart with dynamic weather. But anyway, obviously the guys taking the track on the intermediate tyres.
And Empire really wants that track position. And you want to get that time in early, but it seems like they're not in any rush. I'd be going out there looking to get that time in early. The track looks relatively dry. It could get even wetter. That time might drop off. You've got to get around that track as quick as possible here, because anything can happen.
Yeah, I think you just want to get a feel for the track. It's a solid lap first time around and build it up a bit. That's what I
but you might want to get a feel for the track. But sometimes, if it is raining, there might not be time, Big C. There might not be time.
Well, the weather says it's going to stay light rain, so.
Well, you never know. It might. There's two types of light rain, light rain and, light rain. So,
you never know with the Co-Masters. Sometimes it does change when you least expect it. I don't know who this is going to favour. I think Pine and Timer Azim would have preferred dry conditions, especially when you're a championship leader. You don't need unpredictable variables.
But I'll tell you who will be licking their lips, not after they've eaten a KFC. But after they've seen the rain predictions for this race, Jack Lacey, he'll be fancying these chances. He knows he's not a favourite for the title, hasn't been for most of the season. He's entered the fray lately. Could this work in his favour?
Yeah, correct. So we have 8 of the 12 cars out on circuits. We're going to ride on board with N Pine, currently 8 points off the lead of the championship in the McLaren Honda.
And it's getting some good power down that straight. Just drive us through this turn here, Big C. Yeah,
very difficult turn one. Easiest lot there is, but you just run on the curve. So one's a bit wide, misses the apex. It's very difficult in these wet conditions. I mean, the first lap, you just get no one's really just wet practice, so it's just getting your eye in, just learning as you go along.
Yeah, and here he goes through the troubling S's. He's managed to stick that car around there well. The back end looks stable here as he accelerates into this very tough corner. A lot of understeer. And we're picking up a lot of speed here into the Degners. He undulates into that first Degner.
Yeah, you can take a lot of curb on that second Degner. A lot of curb, but yeah, what is it? A 40.2. So it is purple sector 1, 2 tenths quicker than Giuliano Manu, and 4 tenths quicker than Killer Blue in that first sector. But yeah,
Very good
these
sector.
times will just be coming down if the conditions do stay stable. But of course.
Yeah, he's got to get that time in. Got to get something on that board. As these, yeah, I found that corner really troubling in the wet weather. It's really hilly down there. The car can easily spin out as it undulates through the smooth corner. I forgot to stop using that word, haven't I? So.
You do indeed. Some people might not understand what it means. But coming down into the world famous 130-yard corner. It won't be flat in these conditions. Ali K pulled off some beautiful overtakes on myself in last season's race. But yeah, Killer Blue,
good.
not Killer Blue, Empire takes loads. And no, F1 isn't full, to be honest. But there's like 2 races left. So.
That is a beautiful entry into that final corner. Accelerates, stays off the curbs. Stable car towards the line. It's going to be an okay lap time. Puts him on provisional pole for the time being. And there will be other people out there. Time Razzie.
Yeah, 39.8 from Time Razim. What's that all about? That's a bit too quick. Time Razim destroyed F1 in that first sector. I mean, you got to have a wetter step on these conditions. A bit higher wings, maybe reduce the brake balance slightly. Differential slightly as well. But I mean, you need higher wings than you would have been using in these wet conditions.
He'll be under a little bit of pressure, but he has got a lot of life experience as Time Razim. He'll be calm, he'll be cool. And he'll just be looking to perform the best he can here. Had a few ninth places early in the season. He won't want to repeat of that. They'll have to qualify well here today.
Yeah, middle sector was quite poor actually. 3 tenths off the Pine.
Yeah, it's all about this final here as well. Driver seems to be very comfortable through there.
Yeah, so Time Razim in the Ferrari. Can he take provisional pole position here? It's a Super car. And it is.
He does.
Just. But Jack Lacey's flying in that middle sector. An amazing middle sector from Jack Lacey. 9 points off the lead in the championship.
Can he put his name into the mix?
Ooh.
Well, this could be the start of something new.
Alright. High School Musical, isn't it? I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
39.9 from Pine
what
in the
film might
first sector. What can he do in the second? Pine. Yeah, Pine's up. They're all flying. They're all improving as they get to grips with the Suzuka circuit.
That beaming yellow helmet. Oh, he misses the first apex. That's going to compromise his exit here. He might have lost a couple of tenths, but he might just snap pole here. He might. I think he will. He does. Beautiful.
So yeah, great that from Pine. But I mean, everyone's going to be improving as we've got a manor wide. Yeah, 39.9 from Jack Lacey. What's Time Razim up to? 39.9 as well. Yeah,
as well.
Sorry, it's been an improvement. Zalan, sorry, 0.3 in P2. Joel's 5th, so pretty good from Joel so far. But a sizable gap though, to be fair.
Yeah. Well, I think Time Razim might have messed up that middle sector a little bit. I don't think this is going to be too competitive for the championship leader. It's not conditions he would have liked. Oh, a 52.6 in that middle.
Yeah, let's go on board with Jack Lacey then, because he can average.
Just Joel is off the circuit in other news, but his car seems fine. He'll rejoin.
Yeah. So Maxi Luca did an amazing first, which is one load. Shortbread and Sam are on outlaps. Pine 0.7 first sector.
Well, Pine, the Scotsman, he's looking to make history here. He's looking to make history. As he pumps that McLaren down the straight. Gear 7. Not even going to gear 8, will he?
So 0.4. So no, not a great middle. This first was amazing though.
What do you do here? You've got to be
Curb.
careful here because you've got to keep some sets of tyres back for the race. You never know how many sets you'll need. You'll need 2 at max, but I'll keep that 3rd set just as a safety net as well.
You never know, but he does not improve. Oh no, he does improve actually. He does. An amazing last sector, like 2.5 tenths quicker than anyone else. So amazing from Pine.
Okay,
And Zalan. Yeah, Zalan's middle sector was insane. This should be pole position comfortably.
This is a man who can ruin the championship chances here for somebody this evening. It's pole position for Zalan Hund.
Zalan, as he likes to be called. Ignore the P.
Sorry. Stand by what I see.
So, amazing scenes, but look at Timer Azim. 39.6. Timer Azim.
Wow. He's handling the pressure really well.
I mean, all the title contenders set in pole position up to there, but that middle sector, atrocious. Timer Azim struggling.
I think he's just struggling to get some speed down that back straight heading up to the spoon curve. It's really tricky to get that foot down, so I think he is understeering.
He's only 10th in the speed trap, it says. So.
Yeah. Well, P3, well.
No, he improved. So.
That'll do.
I think we've got to see.
What about Jolien and Manu? Best enjoy this moment.
No, I think there's other people here. And Maxi Lucas set an amazing first, but invalidated. Shortbread invalidated his. So yeah, everyone seems to be invalidating.
I think Empine has had a good first sector. I think he'll be looking to come into the pits to change.
Yeah, I think everyone will be getting a new set.
But that middle sector, hang on a minute. 47.3. Oh, he's gone wide at 130 yards. Can you see it?
I was watching Zalan on a 0.9 in the first. Not as good as before, but we've still got to watch him. No, I think he'll be coming in for a new set of intermediate tyres. So, Pine stays out. So Jack's out an hour. Miles off.
Oh, I'll just run people through the order at the moment.
Yep, go ahead.
So, on pole position, we've got Zalan so far, followed by Empine in second, Timer Azim in third, Jack Lacey fourth, Greeny in fifth, who's 1.1 seconds off the pace, and then Joel in sixth. Samurai just improves to seventh, Killer Blue in eighth, Suburban ninth, Maxi Luca 10th, and we've got the rest of the drivers get set times, including Big C and Ewan, and both Manners.
Yeah, 0.8 from Shortbread in the first sector. So very competitive, but the man doesn't look at one. When we were watching Pine, it looked, and he's invalidated his lap again, so let's go off him. Pine, 0.8.
As a neutral, Big C, what would you want to happen here? Who would you want to be up that grid? Would you want somebody who's not in that title battle to be up there to interfere with things?
I think,
or would you want one of the underdogs in this title fight to be on pole?
No, I think we want someone else on pole who's not a title contender. So we have the three title contenders a little bit further down, but we want a good fight and all three of them to be having a realistic chance next race in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah. And overtaking will be difficult in the rain here, so the qualifying position here will be absolutely essential.
Yeah, Pine's on an okay lap.
Well, he'll be wanting to get this sorted out. He may reclaim pole position. This is a very solid lap time. I think we could be looking at a 45 there. I don't know if it's going to be a mid. No,
0.8, so he does improve. That last sector is really good for Pine, but yeah, really close. So Timer Azim's poor.
Timer Azim, oh, 40.6 for that first sector. 40.1 for Jack Lacey.
Yeah.
As who could win the constructors here this weekend. It'll be history for Gunther Steiner and Gene Haas. Never would myself or Big C have envisioned a team like this to win the constructors. But oh, the save from Jack Lacey's got to have brought that out.
So I think we saw what laps from that as a Shortbread, Maxi Luca. I think we need to be watching Shortbread and Maxi Luca, see what they can do. I think they're the big.
And you never know about Suburban Noise. This man could do something.
He could, but we've been saying that for a while now.
Yeah.
Who else is out there? I think Maxi's the main one who can get up there. Sam Bam's
just
the
going to
fourth.
say Shortbread with a 39.6 in first sector.
Yeah, astonishing.
Are you on board with?
Shortbread. Into the hairpin. Can Shortbread using medium
he's a really
traction.
talented driver, isn't he?
Yeah, he's definitely improved so much.
Because
Obviously he was in the season 15, but he's improved considerably. He's now arguably one of the best drivers on the site.
On the grid.
Yeah.
So, as you guys might have seen there, his back end stepped out as he went down that straight. So that is a corner that's going to be troubling people all throughout this weekend. Or this, 2 hours. Accelerates downhill. This has got to be a good middle sector. He's in P14 at the moment. He won't want to start there. It is a good middle sector actually. First
I think he's on for P3 or P4.
I think he could nick P2. Depends on this final corner. It's alright. He's probably gone a little bit wider than he wanted to.
Yeah, he didn't take enough curb there.
I think P3. I think P3 maybe. I don't know if he's going to nick P2 here. He does. He goes pole. What? The final sector was amazing.
Maybe we underestimated it. His last sector was really good. So yeah, underestimated Shorebird there. Oh, I did. Yeah, well played. Fair play. Shorebird didn't expect that. On that lap anyway. 39 from Jack Lacey in the first sector. Samurai's out there. Greenie's out there. Joliana Manu is out there. Suburban Noise is out there. Maxi needs to be watched because he can get pole.
I think he might need to be watched, but you've got to show your respects here to Jack Lacey.
What's the sector times looking like?
I'll tell you his middle sector. This could be juicy. So 47.3, so it all comes down to this final sector. He's gone wide at 130. He's kept the foot down.
It's invalidated.
Oh, I'll start that lap. Come on, Jack. Put the foot down, mate.
The Greenie, 0.9 first. Who else is out there? 0.5 from Maxi. Sorry to interrupt. 0.5 from Maxi. 0.5 from Maxi. Let's go on board with Maxi Luca. A Suzuka specialist, according to Sivan in the chat.
Well, neither of the championship contenders looking at pole position here. They might not even be looking at a front row if Maxi Luca pumps it up there.
Well, I mean, look, I mean, if Maxi gets up there, it could be 1, 2 and 3 all not in the championship fight. So
yeah, I mean, if I was on the grid for this, I don't think I'd be in the top 10.
I think you would have nicked to Suburb when he's 4 seconds off the pace. So good evening, Suburb. Good evening, Venom. What can Maxi Luca do? Get a debut official pole position for Haas. Gunther Steiner on pit wall.
I think it will be.
Beautiful.
It is.
Oh,
unbelievable. Phenomenal. Is Shortbread, can he read? No, he can't get in at the moment. Zalan, nothing special.
No one's looking good.
Empire's on that. This will be one last shout. What session is coming?
Joliana Manu down to P11. Greenie goes P6. Sam Amkin down to P7 with the purple last sector. So
I'd just like to say, Empire's made a horrendous judgment here when to go out of the track. He's going to start his lap with a minute remaining, so he might not get the best of track conditions. No. If they are getting
you want one final lap, then another one. You want 2 final laps. That's what I'd want.
Yeah.
I think Time Regime. No, he won't. Who will?
Poorly timed from the championship leader.
Greenie will get 2. Sam will get 2. Jack, I don't think, or will. It'll be close.
So yeah. Time Regime will be the first man to finish his time. Do we stay with him or?
No, there's other people.
Who else is out there?
Shortbread's backed out, so but he'll get another lap in. So let's go with Zalan. I think Zalan's the furthest up the track. And good evening, Venom. So let's have a quick rundown quickly. What times we're aiming for? We're aiming for a 45.5.
Oh, Zalan's struggling. Oh, he's got loads of oversteer.
Chronic oversteer. All sorts. A loose rear end. Come on.
Yeah, very loose.
He'll get another lap, so he doesn't want to get traffic with Samurai ahead, I think.
You know, some people may call this irritable bowel syndrome, but he is absolutely flying here.
Yeah, hello Jake.
It's a very good,
really good middle
set
really
here
good.
for Zalan.
Actually, it's not as good as before.
It's not as good, but he's on the limit here. I think he could.
Invalidated. Invalidated lap. So, time is 39.4 in the first sector. Maxi Lucas improved to a 45.2. So the benchmark has been put even further. Sam Kit and Shortbread will be last across the line. Jack Lacey might have to cut the chicane to get out of the lap.
I would if I were him. Eyes aren't going to be on him. Eyes aren't going to be on Jack Lacey.
But he's got Time Regime. Time Regime, 39.4 in the first sector. So what can the championship leader do? He will be the first of the title contenders to settle up, I think. So let's see what we can do. He's been struggling in that middle sector all session. Greenie has crashed.
And that'll distract you, wouldn't it? Having that pop up on the screen.
It's not ideal.
He's got to put himself somewhere up the field.
He has to improve.
He might nick.
It's crucial. Oh, we've got off. I don't know where. Time Regime to the line. The championship leader, P3.
We'll go third. That'll be a little bit of saving grace. But I don't know what I'm doing. At
Pine. It's gone well with Pine. You look at Jack Lacey or someone. Or someone else.
Oh mate, I don't think Jack Lacey's out there anymore.
Well,
no, he is. He did get it started. Might have cut the chicane.
Empire, crucial for the championship. He's currently P5. Time Regime is P3. We've got a wet race ahead of us. Can Empire improve in the McLaren Honda? Empire to the line. doesn't improve.
Oh, there's a driver out there smashing all sorts of polystyrene boards on Jack Lacey's lap. I think it's Zalan in the Force India.
Oversteer, haven't. Maxi Luca could improve. I mean, we can't really tell if he's going to improve or not. So Jack's backed out. So Shortbread is the man. I don't know if he's the man to watch. Look like it. We'll go on board with Shortbread.
Yeah, stand board of him.
Yeah, wet to intermediate conditions. So keep on board with Jack Lacey as I'm on board with Shortbread in the manor. What can he do? Oh my goodness. What's he doing? There's all sorts of sliding going on. Shortbread. Bit like, I don't know, but Shortbread could have took a bit more curb there, but he's been respectful of track limit. Shortbread sliding it with the medium traction. Can Shortbread take pole position once again? Suzuka. Shortbread took the line. Second.
And Jack Lacey's in ninth there. He'll need to do something special here. He doesn't want to be low down that grid. He's the underdog here. 1.1 seconds off pole.
Oh,
goes
P2!
Would you believe it? Last shout of the session from Jack Lacey.
A champion's lap. That's what you got to do. You got to get it in. And a Haas lock out the front row. They can win this sort of stable. What a session.
What a qualifying session.
Really exciting.
Right, that is.
I think from Pine upwards could win. To be honest, Pine upwards can win this race.
Yeah. If Jack Lacey,
Maxi Luca is on pole.
His teammate.
Jack Lacey second. Shortbread is third. Time Racing is fourth. Killaboo fifth. Salan sixth. And Pine is seventh. Disappointing for him. Granny 8th. Samurai Kid 9th. 10th is Samurai. 11th is Joel. And 12th is Robin Noise. Aaron.
Yeah.
Anything to add?
Well, I think Pine didn't qualify where he wanted to. Jack Lacey could emerge as that man. He could be pushing Tom Razim here, but it all depends on that start. Will the Hasses work together? I mean, if that was my teammate, I would let him go and I would hold that pack up. I would go full truly train.
Yeah, I think Maxi's got to sacrifice himself for the greater cause.
You know, you've got to be the sacrificial lamb. Ask HTD the amount of races you've done that for me. Just tell me when I need to leave and come back.
Yeah, once we're on the formation app. So,
well, this is a good time for a commentator to interfere and send someone to the grid early. But we won't be doing that. I'll be banned off the site.
So,
stay with us, guys, because this is going to be a thundering race. Let me know, Dixie.
Yeah, now.
Now, quick. Well, describe us through these moments. I know we're not looking at the race, but you're on your formation lap here. This race could mean a lot. You know, race is wet. Sound like Harry Radcliffe, you know. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a nervy moment, especially when the title is on the line. So yeah, just get into the lobby, as you do. But yeah, Tom, my calculations say that if Yugi wins, Pine's 4th, so the gap would be 16 points, but Time Razine would have 2 more wins, and Jack 5th would win Oogie the title today. But is that going to happen? I highly doubt it. So, let's get back in the lobby and see. But yeah, if some of you want to do a bit of mental arithmetic during the race, if it comes to it, then it's certainly help us out. But yes, that is my calculation. Oogie wins, Pine 4th, Jack 5th would win Oogie the title. But I'm sure there's other permutations, but that's just that's the easiest one. Yeah, but that's not my prediction for Jack, that's just what is needed to win the championship. So a lot of cars already on the grid. So
are they waiting for the commentators to start?
I'm not sure. There's a bit too. Who's not on the grid?
I think it's my car.
No, Samurai. And Suburban.
Wow, Samurai.
They're holding us up.
very slow formation lap here. Somebody's car up that front of the grid could be overheating. It's not good for the house drivers who are looking to win that constructors title today. If we just wait for the final car to line up. Who do we go on board with at the start? It has to be
Max. Well, there's a spectator cam, so it's sort of I mean, or someone saying that's what you could do. Let's wait for the drivers to take to the grid. Yeah. Obviously, no one sees what you're seeing, so you don't have to do it as the same. You can just mess with that. Get the race director if need be. So, here we have it. The penultimate race of season 17 here at Suzuka with Aaron, the 3-time champion, 7-time champion here in Japan, and 5 lights. Away we go, and there's a staller. What's happened to the McLaren? Oh yeah, he's had a lag start. Sorry, he's had a lag start. So, Jack Lacey leads the Japanese Grand Prix. Time resumed second with Shortbread third.
Pine has lost the position to Greeny.
So yeah, Greeny, yeah. So disaster for Maxi Luca, who had a lag start because he rejoined in qualifying. So that pole position has gone to waste. But Jack Lacey is in the prime position to be taking the championship by the scruff of the neck. But Tom Razim is in P2. P3 is Shortbread with Zalan in P4. P5 is Killer Blue. P6 is Greeny. So, yeah, not really any collisions, quite a clean start, but yeah, a lag start for Maxi Luca, unfortunately.
And Time Rosini, he's got to keep things tidy. He's been struggling through his middle sector
Sort of check something on the settings.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's sorted. I just kept the audios okay. Well, look at the Time Rosini's got a bit of a train going, got these tricky conditions, so easy to make a mistake, slide or lock a wheel.
Have a feeling someone's going to be sliding through there. That man behind him, I think it's Sure, Timer Azim's gone on the grass a little bit. He's gone off at
he's gone on top. Oh my goodness.
Leader in a race of such magnitude, making an error like that on the first lap. Big C.
Yeah, the pressure again is getting to Time Razim. I know it's late.
And he's got a Williams.
Oh my goodness! Inside. Oh my goodness! So close. Time Razim. Oh! Oh! Time Razim! Time Razim, man! Oh my goodness me! Oh, has he got a puncture? No, I think he's okay. I think he's okay. But, oh my goodness! Time Razim.
How do you start a race like that? He's even got a salver down his inside. Is that Joel?
Oh, Time. Anyway, oh my goodness! Time Razim. The title is at stake, but can Samurai make it move? Oh my goodness! 3 wide. It's Ali KHD Big C on up with it. Samurai gets them both. Samurai is off to P8. So Timer is in with a Mahusika down to P9.
This is disastrous. In a race of such magnitude, Big C, you make the perfect start. You're up to second place. And then you just lose it. I did say he's been struggling through that middle sector. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if he's got a bit of damage. Jolian and Manny lost a couple of positions there, could be up to P8 there.
Yeah. So, I mean, Timer is in. He's got users assists. It's just very strange. But that's got, I mean, look at Jack Lacey in the lead of the Grand Prix. But look at Shortbread's got a great exit out of Degna 2. Shortbread leads the Japanese Grand Prix.
Unbelievable. Jolian and Manny down the inside of Timer Azim here.
Timer Azim's gone off again. Timer Azim's down to 11. It's disaster for Timer Azim, the championship leader. What is happening to him?
Oh, Big C, this is embarrassing.
I actually feel sorry for him because the pressure.
It's unlucky here.
No,
it's not the race conditions he wanted. Tricky conditions. But, I mean, you know, last season.
It's so hard to recover. Yeah. You know, you've got had a horrible start, like to get focused again and try and get back on track. It's just so difficult.
On wet weather like this, and you've got 2 Toro Rossos, the commentators' cars, even handing you down. That's when you know.
Jack Lacey is back in the lead. Shortbread down inside Jack Lacey. Perhaps not quite. So yeah, poor Timer Azim. I've not seen anything like it in my life. Pressure is on. Timer Azim.
And what does Jack Lacey do? Does he fight all out for that win, or does he think about, hang on a minute, Timer Azim's down that field?
I don't know if he knows Timer Azim's that far down. I think he knows he's a bit down.
You'd run your own race if he did, wouldn't you?
I think, he just needs to try and win, and don't take any necessary. He needs to beat Pine and Timer Azim today. That's what you have to do.
Yeah. And Pine is defending very hard from...
Yeah, Maxi was the quickest man last lap. Obviously, Maxi and Jack are friends, so... Will Maxi do him a favour? Get him out of the way quick. But yes, an enthralling start to this Japanese one. Only 3 laps in and already big shifts in momentum in the title race.
Yeah. And you're Empine here at the moment. You've had a poor quali. You haven't had the best of starts. I mean, it's decent. Would you just look to just stay in that race, bide your time into it, and look to attack later on?
Exactly. I mean, he's P5, so it's okay at the minute. We're going to have a switch to intermediate at some stage, so there's always opportunities to make some gains. But he's not far off, so he just needs to keep it. Just don't do what Tom Rosine has done. Just keep it together. If Maxi makes an ambitious move, you know, sort of just let him pass, because it's clear
Suburban has just moved aside for Time Rosine. I don't know whether there's anything in the team patch here this weekend, but Renault is certainly doing a favour to that Ferrari driver. He knows that Thomas in the title battle. Don't defend him too hard. He's not the person I'm battling. But if I was Suburban, I would destroy the championship contenders race. I would want to get my name up in lights.
Perhaps, but yeah, through the tricky 130 yard, Shortbread looking quite feisty, nothing to lose. Shortbread down the inside, perhaps having a little go, scaring Jack. Look at Zalan as well. Zalan.
Well, they're all queuing up here, and I think Shortbread, he should have a good run here. It's Fisichella versus Raikkonen all over again. Jack's got to go to the inside here. You've got to protect your position here.
You have indeed. 2/10 is the gap, but no, not close enough. Obviously, no DRS in the wet conditions and slipstream are limited. But yeah, Pine's got the gap down to 3.6 off the lead. Maxi, due to the timing glitch, will only read as 2.8 off the lead. So, yeah.
Jody Animani, he's had an impact in Time Rosine's race, hasn't he? He's, you know, each lap ticks by Time Rosine feels like a second. For Jack Lacey, it'll feel like an hour. No, it's early doors yet.
Greeny,
4-time Rosine.
14. But yeah, a horrible start from Time Rosine. But look at Shortbread looking very feisty on the back of Jack Lacey for the lead of the Japanese Grand Prix. Obviously, Shortbread's got nothing to lose. Can he make a move? Not quite. But look, who's that Mercedes? Is that Killer Blue? Yeah, Killer Blue's made some great gains. I don't know where he was on the grid.
Yeah, just go on board here with Jack Lacey, because I think he is under immense pressure here. I think this is the only battle we've got to stay with at the moment.
Obviously, it is for the lead of the Japanese Grand Prix here at Suzuka. And look, we've got 5 cars fighting for this victory. The championship leaders struggling. Oh!
You know, I've been in that position of Jack Lacey when you're not the favourite to win. You're not the favourite to win the championship. You're the underdog, and you've just got to keep your cool here and just hope that others trip over themselves. Don't do anything too silly, and just keep your nose in it. And you never know, you may walk away with a title. I've done that a couple of times. Oh! A risky look down the inside.
Yeah, he's done that a few times now. I think Maxi's pressurising Pine for P5.
I mean, if I was Jack, Big C, if I was Jack, I'd show him the inside and slam that door shut. I'd look to force him into an error. I mean, if you're under pressure, you want to dispatch that driver behind you. You want to do it fairly.
Oh, he's gone wide.
Oh.
Shortbread's gone wide, right, but he's okay. He got away with that. Maybe a warning though. That's the only thing. Pine under all sorts kinds of pressure from Maxi Luca, the pole sitter, down in P6.
I'll just report the progress other drivers are making here. Time Rosine not catching. I think he's got damage here. I think he's got end plate damage. He is struggling in these wet conditions. And the man who has finished P9 twice this season could be staring at another P9. Time Rosine not a good start.
He's just going to try and get any points he can.
Every point doing counts. A good job of keeping Maxi Luca behind. I think there could be an attack here into the hairpin. I think there will be
down the inside. Shortbread down the inside for the lead. Oh. No, he's in the grass. So Shortbread goes wide and drops to third. So an ambitious Kobayashi sort of move from Shortbread. Good to see drivers having a go, but just couldn't quite make it stick.
And that's good of Jack Lacey, not letting him go past easily, forcing the drive behind him into an error. That's what you've got to do. And Shortbread's impatience may as well cost him. I think what Shortbread should do, instead of diving in, he should line the car up through that final corner. It's less risky. I mean, plenty of laps left.
Yeah, try and force him to take a defensive line.
Yeah.
But obviously, you know, put on a show, nothing to lose. But yeah, Maxi Luca right behind Pine going into 130R.
Forcing the under attack here.
Go on board with Shortbread. Shortbread definitely looks fast, but it's start making decisions up. It's
If I
difficult.
was at Force India, I would defend my heart out here. Zalan, he's got to do something. You want to get your name up in lights here. Doing well to defend that.
We're on board with Maxi. Can Maxi make move on Pine down into turn 1? He's looking for a move on board. Pine goes slightly wide. Maxi looking.
I think Maxi knows that there's a title battle here. He can't force anything. He doesn't want to ruin the title battle, but he could have a massive part to play in it.
Yeah, time resumes now 20 seconds off the lead.
He's losing 2 seconds a lap. He's definitely got a bit of damage. What would you do here? I mean, he's got no option. He's got to stay out there, hasn't he? If you pick now, you're out of the equation.
Yeah,
You've got to hope for a safety car, a VSC or something.
Yeah, you gotta hope.
I mean, if he's got the pace, what would you do here? Would you pick and just pump in the lap times?
I guess we could can't
Not knowing
behind
when
Greeny.
it's going to...
No, I'd just stay out and hope. But yeah, and Jake asks, does Erin like lights? Because he keeps saying, put your name in lights. So do you like lights?
Yeah,
says.
well, I do like lights, and maybe that's why I always did well at Singapore, winning 4 times under the lights, record number of wins here in this F1 league, so thanks a lot, Jake. For noticing that.
Yeah, Jake. So, looking really tight.
And
2
this
seconds,
track.
top 4.
Yeah. And let's just talk a little bit about the history of this track while we're watching these battles, Big C. You won your first ever race here, didn't you?
Yeah, back in season 6 from pole position. Qualifying was actually intermediate, so got a good start, and yeah, it was quite comfortable from there on. So yeah, and I won my first title in season 9, so it was always a good track for me. I always did well, not always won, but the pace was always really strong. So really enjoyed
And
it.
there's other drivers who've had good records there, hasn't there? There's a driver who hasn't finished outside the top 4 in, I think, over 10 attempts at this race.
Ooh, who's that?
Erin.
A very impressive record for the 3-time champion.
And this track is notorious for drivers winning the title here today. I don't think Time Regime's going to do it, but I've won
Definitely not.
2 titles here, both in wet weather conditions, so very similar conditions to today. I would have been loving to run that track, but I think I'd be doing very much.
I don't think I'd be doing much as well in the wet, in the dry certainly, but in the wet is tough. I still won the title in this game twice.
Okay, let's respect the drivers who were commentating on today, instead of feeding off past glory.
So some little gaps forming actually. So yeah, not much happening.
Samurai and I think
Sam,
Samurai's he's having a little bit of a battle here.
Sam, and Sam.
Well, it's not the most significant battle today. It's often one which will be ignored by the television cameras, but I'll have to wait for what will happen.
So as we just get our breaths back after quite a hectic start it was, to be honest. Lots going on, but Zalan not off the lead of the race. 7/10 of a second is Zalan, the young man from Hungary.
And Jack Lacey here, he's got to make that pit stop for whenever it's time to switch on to the other tyres. He's got to make it right here. He does struggle with tyre wear, so that'll be interesting to see how
He was leading
in.
last season's Japanese Grand Prix before Ali K overtook him twice.
Yes, and he ended up finishing 4th behind him, and he was 40 seconds behind him due to a bad call in very similar weather conditions.
It was identical, to be honest. Identical forecast. But let's just that Ryan and Ball. Let's see how people's back ends are in this tricky first. I think this sector in the drive is one of my favourite sectors on the F1 calendar. In the wet, the back end is going to be stepping out. It's really tough.
Yeah, I think it's the corner out of that hairpin in that middle sector that's really tricky, because when you accelerate down here into that spoon corner, we saw Time Resume in that open lap. He absolutely struggled. He can easily actually play that down.
Yeah, definitely.
Gaps are very close here in today's race. Not much overtaking at the moment, but trust me, it won't be long before somebody cracks under the question. Slip of the tongue.
Yeah, I think most of the drama will happen when the pit stops go around for those sets of intermediate tyres, because on this game, weather can be a bit unpredictable and there's a lot of tyre error calls. I mean, on previous games there was never that many errors in terms of calling the shots.
And the top 5 here, you just don't know who's going to do what here.
It's open. It's wide open. Penalties are going to be a massive factor as well come the end of the race.
Yeah. Jack Lacey looks like he's struggling.
Went a bit wide. He is on a pad, so he will have a bit worse.
He did get more speed out of that corner, so good line there.
Obviously, these wheel users in Zalan and Schrober will have better tyre wear. I think Kilgreaves on a pad, Pines on a wheel. And Maxi, I'm not sure what he uses. Maxi's certainly dropped off a little bit. I don't know if he's got a bit of damage.
He may have. He was very close to the back of that car. And he maybe is he conserving his tyres? Is he looking at that long game at the moment? Just biding your time into it. Trying to push those tyres too hard. You've got the pace.
Yeah, question from a viewer, Aaron, to pass the time. Jake says, if on F1 2017, what car would you want to drive in a league? If you're going to race in any league, what car would you want?
Well, it's a very interesting question. I think I'd be fancying that Williams, that Force India, or that Sauber. Midfield team, just because I'm a midfield driver. And Timer Azim Pitts from P10. And he's not the only driver to come in. I believe Jolien and Manu's in for the Sauber. They've switched to intermediate, so are conditions improving?
Potentially we've got to keep an eye on those set times, and I think Williams is probably I would want for AOR next season. But yeah, Ferrari as well. I think Ferrari or Williams would be my choice.
Big C. Cars are switching to intermediate.
We need to keep an eye on those sector times, Aaron. We need to keep an eye on that middle sector from Timer Azim. I think it's going to be a massive improvement on his last lap.
I'll have a look. You just stay on board. Shall I stay on board with him?
Well, you don't have to check race director.
No, it's alright, I have to see how he's doing.
See how Joel's doing as well. It's worth a risk. I mean, it's certainly reducing.
I think he had no option, he had to do something. I think it seems like the car's getting through those corners well, there's reasonable grip, so keep an eye on that front runner, Big C, because you never know, they might be in. It's
going to be a battle of the pit stops, because all the top three are separated for 1.4 seconds. So, is it time for a set of green marked intermediate tyres? Will we be able to get to it at the end is a crucial thing as well.
I think it's a bit early. Timer Azim is slipping and sliding. At the moment, he is 55 seconds off the
Jackson.
leader.
No, Zalan's in. So, who does not pit? Who doesn't pit? Who?
I don't know. It might have been early.
Shortbread stays out, so Shortbread will do another lap.
If Jack costs himself here, it's going to be disastrous. But we'll have a look at his middle section.
The pit lane's really busy.
Keep an eye on that. Middle sectors for Timer Azim have often been in the 50s, and we'll see.
Yeah, Joel's done a PB in the middle sector, so Joel is improving. Timer Azim not improving. Oh, he's not done the middle sector yet. But yeah, Joel has improved, so it is time for intermediates.
Timer Azim 49.9, so not that much of an improvement.
But there are improvements.
It's the crossover point. Here's the crossover point. Might be just a bad middle sector for Timer Azim.
But yeah, Joel has shown it is time for Inter. So a bad call from the manor drivers of Shortbread and Sam Bam Kidd.
So Jack Lacey's come out into clean air. That's where you want to be, don't you, in these weather conditions? Pressure's on, you feel it, as Shakira would say.
You do indeed. So Shortbread will need to push hard.
And I'll tell you what here, I think Jack Lacey's made a very brilliant call, but whether his tyres will last to the end, that's another story. He may have to stop again. Yeah,
I think Jack is going to be I mean, I got a puncture last season on a wheel and we pit at a similar time, so it's not going to be easy. For the wheel users, Shortbread certainly will get to the end, but we'll see. It's going to be tight, I think. It certainly was last season for me.
So, should we just keep an eye if Shortbread does come in? He lost it there, didn't he? Imagine that. Safety car would have been out and would have been quite.
So Shortbread surely has to make a stop. And he does.
Do you? Or would you stay out another lap, Big C, and look to do that one stopper? Conditions going through.
I mean, if you did last season's race, you'd know, but I don't know if they all know.
Yeah, and I think Jack Lacey will come out streets ahead here.
Yeah, he's caught the guys ahead massively.
This is a stunning call here for Jack Lacey. When you need to put something on that line, he's done it.
Correct, but I think the man who got it right was Jolien Manu. I think he was the first man in.
Yeah.
So where's Shortbread looking at in all this? He's on slicks.
Who is?
Shortbread is on slick tyres.
Well, errors have been made here. Shortbread, what a disastrous call. Teams can get all sorts of things wrong here. Mixed conditions, the rush, the angst, and Mana have made another error here once again at Suzuka.
It always seems to be Suzuka as Time Regime sets the fastest lap, and Shortbread on a set of hard tyres. So his race is over. Good for Time Regime, more points. So yeah, Sandbam Kid leads the Grand Prix on.
Let's just go on board here with Jack Lacey at the moment, because he's going to come up behind Sandbam Kid here. What do you do here? You've got to take caution. You can't go too aggressive, but you've got to get that move done early, because every second counts in this race.
Yeah,
You've got to be cautious here.
Yeah, the pressure is on, but Jack Lacey cannot throw it away on with a silly move at 130 yard.
I'd brake early.
But he's going to be having a go into 130 yard. But you want to get well up the inside.
Oh, you'd have to. You'd have to. You can't waste any time here. Get that throttle. Get that speed in. No, you had to be better there. The Sandbam Kid, just move out of the way here. Oh, this is not what you want. You want to be going for it. I'd go for it. I'd say out of my way, sweetheart.
No, it's not enough. It's not enough. It's not enough.
Yeah, you don't want to risk it. You don't want to risk it. He's right. He's done the right thing. He's done the right thing.
Yeah, Sam should box this lap.
He's done the right thing. But who's behind Jack Lacey here?
Zalan Hunt.
Well,
because Zalan Hunt
given him a run.
Good exit. What an exit from Zalan.
So he's not got the speed down there.
No, he hasn't.
Well, I think Jack Lacey will be a little bit more calm, because he knows that that Mana's out of the way. He doesn't know that he's out of the way. He might not even know, but he's nowhere to be seen.
So
and I think Empine, he'll be happy, wouldn't he? He's up to P4.
Yeah, very happy. And Shortbread is now in.
And who's behind? Who's in front?
Time Regime will move up to P9. So more points for Time Regime.
Who did this pass?
Shortbread, who's in the pits.
Oh. And Jolyon Imanu is up to 7th here, so that pit stop working in his favour. Brilliant call from one of the more experienced drivers on the grid. Just go on board with him just for a second. Give him that television.
He's up to P7, so got Sandbam Kid. I think a great call for Joel.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
It's
a shame he was a little bit further up, so he could make better games. But a great call from Joel.
Yeah. He's also known as a wet weather specialist, isn't he? One of the more experienced men here. Having a nice outing for Sauber, winding down the season in the top 8 of that Drivers' Championship, fighting for his seat to stay on that F1 grid next season. He wants to prove himself, doesn't he?
Especially as the leagues might be a bit more structured in terms of the tiering system. You've got to prove yourself.
But forget about tiering systems, Big C, because I think Zano might tear Jack Lacey a new one here.
So half a second is the gap into 130. Lap 12 of 27, and Jack Lacey, you know, is in a great position. He will be leading the championship according to my calculations.
You know what? I'd be backing him to win it. I mean, Big C, you remember, don't you, when I came in at the last 3 rounds of that Season 10 championship and absolutely stole it from Remco, Jamie and yourself.
Yeah, it's been done before and it can be done again, but Jack Lacey's tyres, will they be able to go to the end? That is the question here at Suzuka. I think Zhang should be okay, but we'll see. So Joel P7 with Sandbam Kid in P8, Thomas in P9, Greeny P10 and
can we just say something, Big T? Killer Blue also made a brilliant call and he's up to P3, so he has jumped Empine. So phenomenal from Killer Blue.
Very impressive from
Solid driver, constructors winner with Red Bull last season. Doing a fine job for Mercedes.
Yep. A good driver to have on the grid,
isn't he, with the league?
Yeah,
yeah,
he's a good solid pair of hands.
Yeah.
What you want. So, not even half. Well, we're on half distance right now. So exciting, but will there be more action along the way as they fight for this championship?
And Parmesan could be staring at his 3rd consecutive, well not his 3rd consecutive, but his 3rd 9th place of the season as he reached the midway point.
Yep, not great is it? Not winning titles with 3 9th places. Jack Lacey's not finished lower than 6th, I think, so Jack's been the most consistent driver on the grid. And deserves a lot of
It's a
credit.
shame you missed that specific race, but yeah, consistency can win you titles. It's won me a few titles. I've never been the fastest or the outright fastest, but you've got to get the results where it matters, and credit to Jack for doing what he's doing at the moment. So it's the fastest lap.
Yeah, so Jack doing everything can to lose tyres. Will those tyres be able to get to the end? Or will anyone be able to get to the end? That is the question. It's going to be tight,
Yeah,
as it was last season.
Good question.
So I think if Jack stopped, he'd be around 6th. Or, yeah, around 6th, 7th if Jack had to make a stop. Or anyone may have to make a stop.
Well, that would be a tough car, wouldn't it, for Time Regime to get past?
Yeah, it would indeed. Shortbread's now quite close to Greeny, so let's go on board. Might be for the final point, but they seem to be quite close. I don't think it's going to be close enough though. No, not quite, but he's definitely making gains.
And just a word here, Big C, on Suburban Noise in 11th, 13th place. A man who had so much promise going into this league, just not delivered, has he yet?
No, unfortunately not.
He's had a few flashes of brilliance. He had a podium quite a long time ago, didn't he? Can't remember what track, how long it was, but he has done well previously, but I think there's no assists. They are quite difficult, aren't they? They're quite handful. I need drives in cockpit mode.
Yeah, he does indeed. So, yeah. What position is Pine in? 4th?
Yeah, and he's just keeping tabs on things. I mean, there'll be good points, but, you know, look at the points that Jack Lacey could be going out with here today.
Yeah, so as it stands, the standings would be as this. Jack on 103, Oogie 98, and Pine on 96 as they go on board with the wrong car, as Zalan looked quite close, only 0.3 of a second behind. So Zalan tries Jack, but yeah, Jack would be leading the championship going into Abu Dhabi by 5 points.
You know what I'd like here, Big C? I'd like for Zalan to get in front of Jack and Pine to get in front of Killer Blue. Imagine that.
Oh,
That could,
I think everyone will be nearly on equal points, so I think it'll be really close. Even if, I mean, if Jack loses the lead now, he'd be on 99, Oogie 98, and Pine 96. So, I mean, yeah.
And if yeah.
I think this time we've seen could still make up a position or two still,
I think he will. He'll make up 2. I have a feeling he, because I think Joel's going to be entering the battle here with Sandbound Kid. But Zalan doing a fine job just keeping Jack Lacey honest here. As a race leader, I wouldn't want somebody behind me, but knowing that it's a very difficult track to overtake, I'd be all right. But I'd be careful not to make sure I make any mistake here, because you could just let yourself slip that title away. And even for Zalan here.
Yeah. I think Zalan's buying his time. He's on a wheel, so the tyre wear should theoretically be better. Especially those front tyres, which do take the most damage. Yeah, Haas will win the Constructors as it stands. As well.
History will be made either way.
With Game Freaker and McPhee being absent as the number 2 drivers for their respective teams.
Some commitment, that is. I wonder whether Killer Blue here he's keeping that gap on. He's just 4 seconds behind.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, there's a retiree, Maxi Luca. What happened there?
I don't know.
Must have been a spin.
Problems, but a place for Time Regime crucial for this championship. Time Regime and a BSC.
Virtual safety car. Would you go in here if you don't think you can finish that race on that one stopper?
Time Regime stays out. I think Time Regime does have good tyre wear traditionally, so they're all past the pits. So Maxi's car. So Maxi is out of the Grand Prix.
Well, this might make things interesting in terms of bunching things up here. I think you would have loved a full-on safety car, wouldn't you, Big C?
And he leaves the session, so will there be a not VSC, what's it called? Slipstream glitch.
Slipstream glitch. Sandman Kids closing on Joel here in the VSC period. Joel up to 6th, there'll be nice points for him.
VSC's over, so we're back on West Sunrise with P5.
Oh.
I don't know, maybe he retired it himself. If you retire it from the menus, let's go, keep going. So, is the VSC over? Or is it? Doesn't look like it, is it?
Oh, I think it's about to be over.
This is a glitch.
Imagine that.
No, we're away. Must be. Yeah, we are away now. So, that's good.
Jolien and Manu's under significant pressure from Sandman Kid, but I don't know how. Well, the leads are
the lead looks close up. Zalan is only 2 tenths off.
Yeah.
Sure, Kazan made the move on Jack Lacey. Lots of roads to have that
too
fun
much
corner.
wheel spin. Yeah, I think he's not going to get the move done. Go on board with Joel. Or the other guy.
Sam in the Manor racing car. Can he make a rebound? Johnny on the Manu for P6. Joel's car won't be
crucial. Time Racing would want Joel to hold Sandbound Kid here up. Joel's got to defend all his work. He's got to use all his experience here. The wet weather specialist of the Sauber team. He'll be loving this, wouldn't he? He'll be loving it.
Sam had a bit of roasting there. Good exit from Joel. Both on a pad. And yeah, Joel maintains P6.
I think things could get messy between them. It's the gap between Zalan and Jack looks constant at 5 tenths. We'll just have a look at how Killer Blue's done. He has closed in at that safety car restart, gap down to 2.5 seconds, so the top two make contact. He'll be on for a win. Empire, I think, could be under pressure here from P5 man. Samurai, so it's not plain sailing for Empire.
Empire's pace is not great one bit. Samurai's doing a great job. Go back in a second.
Oh, Joel and Sandman Kid, big seat. Don't know if you're on board with them, but there's a battle going on. So just taking you on board through this battle. Good exit from Joel. Not a tiny exit from Sandman Kid. Really hard following another car here in wet weather conditions, but he'll be looking at that exit at that final corner. He's getting a good toe down here. He's more confident, and is he going to be going down the inside? Joel leaves that door open. He's got to shut it. He's got to shut it. It all comes down to this final bit here. Good exit for Sandman Kid. Will Joel be able to defend it? He's got to go to that inside. As Sandman Kid looks to the outside here. This is going to be interesting. Can he do it? Oh, Joel's going to have to defend it. He's got to run him out wide. Oh, this is brilliant driving from that Manor driver. Is he going to do it here? Oh, he does. Jolien and Manor has to concede. Good overtake from Sandman Kid there. After wait for Big C to come back. And that'll be crucial. Sandman Kid is released and Parmesan may not be able to catch him by the end. But Joel hasn't given up here in this battle. And knowing Joel, he'll want to make himself, he'll want his name up in lights. He will attack down here. Mark my words.
Yep, so I'm back. And Sandman Kid up to P6. Cat Lazy still leads his Japanese Grand Prix ahead of Zalan and Pine.
Is reasonably close here to...
Yeah, Killer Blue's down to 4th.
Killer Blue down to 4th, that could be crucial for the title.
Yeah, Pine's down P3. Look at the marks, pressurising, but yeah, Killer Blue's lost some ground.
Blue's made an error there.
He was right with them, so he didn't fit it.
No, and I think that's good news, isn't it? For Empire, because he was being
Killer Blue
hounded by
pit.
Samurai.
No, Killer Blue pit.
Oh, did he?
So he could make the undercut, especially if the guys in front can't get to the end. Killer Blue.
Well, Empine here could ruin things here. What does he do? Would you let him go, make the undercut, have your day? I wouldn't. I'd battle for every last point that's on that table.
I think that's a good call from Killer Blue. If you get past Pine.
Yeah, no, I don't. I think it's a very hard track to overtake. It might not be the best.
No,
call.
but if the guys ahead can't get to the end.
Yeah, Big C, but they might have had eyes on that. They might go in.
They've got to respond soon, but interesting developments here. But look at the 1 and 2 is secured for sure. Should they get to the end fine? I mean, there's Tyler Carr get a lap. So Brinley's now P10, Shortbread's now P9, P8 is Time Razim, Joel P7, Sam's now P6 with Samurai in P5. But look at Killer Blue right behind Pine, fighting for the championship. So enthralling stuff here in Suzuka.
He's got to get this move done early if he wants a chance.
He's got the
to win that
freshest
race.
tyres, and you just got to get it done. He's closed half a second on the leaders. I mean, if Jack cannot get to the end, he has to pit now.
I would.
He's got nearly a pit stop over them, so get second, confirmed second.
I mean, you've got to protect
Jack
yourself.
has
You
to
can't
just-
risk a puncher here.
Yeah, Jack has. I think Jack. If he, I don't know his
What's
tyre
he-
wear,
what's he
but
gonna
his
do?
tyre wear is usually bad. I think he should pit. Let's see.
If he's struggling,
Jack pits. Yep, that's the right thing to do. They're all pitting actually. So yeah, maybe tyres can't get to
And
the
I
end.
think Zalan could get the job done here in the pit stop, forcing the further down the pit lane.
Further
so this
up.
is crucial for
Yeah,
Zalan
has
here.
to further down. So this is crucial for the championship. Zalan forcing him kind of feeding J Mario looks on. Swift work. What's Gunther Steiner's men up
Bob
to?
Fernley also looks on. It could be done. It could be. It is.
Gunther Steiner.
It is.
Gunther Steiner's fuming.
Gunther Steiner.
Killer Blue.
With his,
No. So
with the
Zalan
work
leads the Grand Prix here in Japan. Pine third.
that's how you do it, isn't it, Big C? You don't rush yourself into overtakes. You wait. But Zalan's gone a little bit wide. Oh, he's struggling here. If I were Jack, what do? You've got to fight him here, haven't you?
You got to fight for this championship, Jack. If you want to be champion, I think a win would be nice. I mean, as it stands, he's looking good regardless, but it's certainly hope. He's got the position.
You know, that'd be a gutting way to lose that win. You know, you've led all race. You've been phenomenal, and to lose it due to a pit stop. The same
Due to a
issue with
game
Codemaster
on
year after
equal
year.
pit stops. Yep.
Will Zalan be able to resist the pressure? We should take a look at penalty, shouldn't we?
You can.
Yeah.
Just click on their names rather than scroll down the thing. If you got on him. Click on their name and look down. Supposedly an AI code held up Jack. No, to be fair, I don't know if that was the case, but...
One warning away from a penalty is Zalan. 2 warnings for Jack. I'd go for it. I'd cut that next. I'll cut it. Oh! Empine had a penalty and warning. He'd had a few warnings. He'd had a drive-through issue to him at lap 16.
Who?
Is that Empine? I don't know what that's all about.
You sure?
Penalty and warning for Killer Blue. I don't know, Big C. Is this thing legit?
Oh yeah,
Don't
is
know,
that why he
some
lost so much time? Yeah, it must have.
Well, you know what here, Big C? Look at this. Jack Lacey, he's got to get that run on Zalan.
Yeah, so
he's got
Jack
to...
not Jack. Anyway, let's take a breather. So Jack Lacey, can he make the move?
Got to go for it. Got to go for it. This is for the win here. For the title, potentially. He's not going to win it this weekend. Oh, that is phenomenal.
Jack Lacey, a champion's
Under
move.
such
He had to
pressure.
make it done. Make the move. He can win this title, can Jack Lacey? Beautiful.
I think he used the Joker. He took my advice.
Well, maybe not, but Jack
That's how
Lacey.
you do it, isn't it?
Yeah, a champion's move. He had to get it done. He had to get it done.
And you know what? If he does win the championship, full on him, because out of all the drivers on that grid, this man has been consistent week in, week out. He's not been the fastest, but you know, you don't have to be the fastest to win the title. I've won titles on the grid not being the fastest. Big C slid his way to a championship last season, crawled and clutched at it. So it can be done.
Yeah, I mean, today, Ugi's had a shocker, Pine's had a drive-through. So, Jack's just driven beautifully in challenging conditions.
Yeah.
If there's one man who deserved the championship the most today, it's certainly Jack Lacey. But it's a long way to go. We've got Abu Dhabi, and of course, maybe that's
behind, is he?
No, but Pine is. Yes, Pine isn't. I need to look. Needs to have a yeah. So Pine's only made one stop though. Killer Blue has much fresher tyres, so it'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
Yeah, well,
The
if you
top
can
two's
make it to
done
the
and
end
dusted.
and get a podium, good for it. And Killer Blue doesn't go without this top end, which does harm him, isn't it?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, Pine's tyres will be, don't know, not great at the end, but I think let's see
So
what
wait for
happens.
an interesting podium.
It certainly will, because Jack Lacey.
Let's have a look at Zardan. Would he ever go back in? No, I don't think he's quick enough down that straight. So fair play to Jack for adding a little less wing than other drivers to be a bit more racy, and that's something that I'd go for, just to give myself that opportunity to overtake. And Time Regime is up into 8. Sorry, well, we might have missed this crucial battle here between him and Joel. Time Regime has got
P7.
past, but he's pitted. Oh.
Can't get to the end.
Late pit stop. Has Joel already pitted?
So
No, he
Time
hasn't.
Regime, where will Time Regime feed out? Let's short red on this as well. Hold on. P8, so yeah, P9.
What would you do if you were Joel? Would you stay out here? Look to...
Well, you might as well. I mean, if you P, you'd come out what? P9. So, as well.
Oh, that could be interesting. But Empire here doing a fine job under pressure, you know, doing what he can to pick up some positions.
Oh,
Shortbird has retired, so he was...
That's good for
that-
Time Regime. That's another place.
Is it?
Yep. Shortbird was 8th. Time Regime 3rd.
Okay, well,
Time Regime will, I think, depending on Joel, so I think the best Time Regime you can hope for is P7 now. Maybe P6 if Sam hits trouble, but yeah, P7 with Time Regime.
well, doing a fine job this time.
Which is 4 points. So he'll lose 12 points to Jack Lacey as it stands. So Jack would have a 3-point lead over Ubi home to Abu Dhabi.
And this Sandown could get hit as well, so that'd be interesting.
He's only made a Dawson for a stop line. But he
What will
pitted
be a
quite
saving
low.
grace for Timer if he gets the 6th place out of this?
Yeah. Just get as many points as you can.
But I think the podium interviews are going to be interesting.
Yeah, we'll get the
If it
title
pushes it.
contenders certainly in. So we can hear from Uki and Pine, even if they're not on the podium, because
Yeah,
It's
it'll be
such a-
very...
it's such a big deal.
Some questions.
Because they've both made massive mistakes today.
And I don't know about Empire. I think this is a brave move here to stay in P3. I think it's very brave here to try and extract the maximum he can, but he's got to play that defensive game here.
He's got to make sure he's got enough tyres at the end, because a puncture, you lose 20 odd seconds, and you might be down with Time Regime.
Well, is that the risk he's willing to take for a few points?
That's what I say. I mean, without the drive, I think Pine would have been the net leader. So it would have been, I mean, on the
Well,
one tyres,
you know,
but it would have been impressive.
You've only got yourself to blame if you don't make the most of what's available. But, you know, you've got to do what you can in these stages of race. Oh, and I think there was going to be a move here. Empire losing out to Killer Blue. Potentially he's got to defend. No, he doesn't.
Yep,
So
so
Empire loses a position to Killer Blue.
and Jack Lacey must be rubbing his hands, because Jack Lacey will be 7 points clear of Pine and 3 points clear of Time Regime. But Salan's not giving up.
Yeah, well, if he gets ahead, I think that'll set up an exciting race.
I mean, the title finale is still quite wide open, to be fair.
Yeah, well, you've seen the pendulum here potentially swing. It's not over yet, but it has. And it is swinging.
Yeah.
It will come to an end.
It's swung one way or another, but fair play to Zalan, he showed really good pace. It's a shame he couldn't defend that position from Jack, because they're pretty even on pace. It's just like Jack had that bit of extra top end and just made a great move down the inside.
And that's bravery from Jack to run with lower downforce.
That could be the move that wins him the title come the end of next week's race in Abu Dhabi. And what's Pine doing? Is Pine got issues? No, he's not, but Samurai is only 1.4 seconds behind him. So
Well,
Nick,
this could be a mistake here. What about Time Regime? Is he going to be close
P7.
enough? He has passed Joel.
so that's the best
Joel
he can
has
get.
it.
He's not going to
Joel
get any
has
higher.
put on slicks. Joel has put on slicks a bit too early, but is there anybody out there who can actually freshen him except for Suburban Noise? He's on Inters.
That's right on board. Let's
down
see
again.
how it is. It looks very wet out there. 130 yacht. Can he take it?
Not well. Experience,
Oh.
Big C. It hasn't worked today for the Sauber driver. Manisha Cowtonwell must be wondering, from the days of owning drivers such as Red Neville and Aaron, and even HD.
Bakers as well.
What has the team begun? And Baker's forgettable man he is. But,
So yeah, a disappointing season for the Saudi. Obviously, Joel did take a win back in Bahrain, but very disappointing for a man fighting for his career.
Yeah, very disappointing. But Jack Lacey here, he's been calm, cool, and collected. This has been a phenomenal drive, but he's got to make sure he doesn't lose his cool. And any questions in the chat, Big C?
Not so far. Shortbed put, I love this game. He selected Inters, but he put him on hards. So yeah, a bit of a issue for Shortbed, who would have been in a fight for this victory for sure.
Maybe he didn't request it on the radio. In wet weather conditions like these, transmissions through the steering wheel can be hard to filter through to teams. Must make the point clear.
Michael Coudeville, Fanner says, why was your agent in the paddock, Big C? I don't know. I think he was just, she was just visiting some old friends, perhaps. So, no more.
Including myself.
Yeah, obviously, my agent knows Aaron. She is. So perhaps.
Wow. Let's have a word about Greeny, Big C. T8 here at the moment. We haven't really looked at him. We did say he was one of the more insignificant battlers here this afternoon, but he's kept it on the track. And he'll pick up some tidy points for the Williams team, which has gone downhill, hasn't it? Let's not kid ourselves.
Yeah, the Williams team has been, I don't know, they've not had good drivers, top drivers in many seasons, many a season.
When you've been relying on Jibin Sheila, Jibin Sheila, one of the more famous drivers.
Hopefully, Mr. Bentiolo is back. Perhaps his final F1 outing next week in Abu Dhabi before perhaps moving to another PSGL league, which is better suited to his probably competitiveness. He might enjoy it more battling drivers, so his pace and he probably doesn't have much time. But older than most of us, so working and all that.
Well, fuel conservation here will be.
It's definitely getting dry, isn't it?
And what do you do here, Jack Lacey? You want it to stay intermediate until the end. I mean, I had a very similar conditions at Singapore where I won my first race in a few seasons. You don't want it to get dry. I mean, there are 2 laps left. What would you do? You'd stay with it, wouldn't you?
You'd start.
But the problem is here, Big C, conditions are changing. You're not on the right tyre for those conditions. You may struggle here. This is where the pressure can get to you. Some people buckle under it. Some drivers excel under it. What's your verdict? Yeah,
I have to agree. As a message from Teg says, where's Jay Bunchers and Ratzenscheit? So the 2 Gibraltars are not here today. Teg.
Well, Bunchana's a very popular driver.
Yeah, Pine has made a stop
for
a set of soft tyres. He's still 4th.
This is interesting, isn't it? He had nothing to lose, but what if the car in front of him had penalties? If
his tyres were right as a puncture, then it's something to lose. But let's keep an eye. It's going to be interesting. I mean, you could get Killaboo maybe. I don't know. No, I don't know. You have to keep about 10 seconds of that. Maybe.
But we've got to stay on board with Zalan versus Jack Lacey. Will we see a Raikkonen Fisichella moment here? Not if Zalan. Oh, Jack Lacey's had a problem there. This could give Zalan a run down into 130. Our Big C, take us through this.
Yeah, so we coming on the penultimate lap of the Japanese Grand Prix. It's Zalan versus Jack Lacey. Both do not have penalties for the win. P3 is Killaboo with P4 Pine on a set of soft compound tyres, 31 seconds off the lead, so I think he'll stay P4. But this will be the battle.
What would you do here, Big C?
Stay out.
Stay out.
You've got to stay out.
And how would you defend this if he's attacking you?
I think Jack should be fine. I don't think Zalan will try anything. He's not being close enough ever. It looks like Jack's got a little bit less rear wing, a bit more straight line speed, so I think Jack should be okay. He just needs to keep it clean and consistent.
Well, the DRS is enabled, so
no, yeah, I mean,
this will be interesting.
The 6 are going to be quicker, but you're not going to get a pit stop, I don't think, or more. So on to the final lap of the Japanese Grand Prix. It's been a great race, hasn't it, Aaron?
They're on the wrong tyres. It has been a good race. Suburban emerges from that pit lane to put on the slick tyres, so Joel should protect that P9. But this is where the pressure comes down here. Jack Lacey knows he can't put a foot wrong. Tyre conditions aren't optimal, so it is very tricky out there. Zalan putting Jack Lacey under all sorts of pressure. This is the F1 title on the line. You can put your name up in lights for the right reasons here in Formula 1. You can make history And will Jack be able to do that?
So, short, what is it? The Renault behind is on a set of slick compound tyres, and he's going to be so much quicker. But yeah, these guys will take the win, but it's going to be so tricky, so easy to make a mistake. It is slick conditions. Tom Razine's left. Oh my goodness. Tom Razine.
Forfeit from the Pakistani.
No, he'll get P7.
Would you believe it?
Depending on how quick the AI are. But let's see, we're on to the final lap.
Would he rejoin?
Midway through the final lap. This is crucial for the championship. He should be able to rejoin. But yeah, Zalan versus Jack Lacey for the lead. The race is crucial for the championship. Zalan looking so quick, so fast on this final lap.
Here, Big C. Could be an issue.
Yep, so it's been Joel set us now the Grand Prix. It's been a fantastic Grand Prix. Crucial for the championship. It's been shifts of momentum from Tom Razine.
The best exit there from Zalan. Might have cost himself. Jack Lacey keeps his cool. That should be enough.
It should
Jack's
be.
Just got to take it easy.
He has indeed. Jack Lacey, an
Down
unlikely title contender. He won his first F1 league race back last week, rather, in Azerbaijan. Jack Lacey for the Haas team. It will secure Haas the Constructors' Championship. Jack Lacey is a race winner once again as he crosses the line. Has he got the fuel? Jack Lacey wins his second race and takes the lead of the Drivers' Championship as Haas are the Constructors' Championship. So well done to Jack Lacey. Beautifully driven.
Pine here doesn't get P3 in the end, but it's an alright result for him. Keeps him in that championship battle. And Timer Azim, Big C, what have you got to say to him?
Will Greeny get Timer Azim? That's the question.
I think this could be interesting here. Timer Azim obviously struggling in these weather conditions. He'll pick up P7, wouldn't he? Or
He will. He completed 90% of the race, so yeah, I think he will get the points.
Well, Greeny here could look to further dig the wound into Timer Azim. But
if he was on a set of slicks, perhaps, but not these intermediate tyres.
And we'll see how the penalties play out as well.
Yeah, so it's P7 for Timer Azim and P8 for Greeny. So Jack Lacey does, I'm pretty sure, lead the championship.
Well, what a race, Big C. What a race.
Yeah, Jack Lacey leads the championship. What a race, indeed. What a win. Back-to-back wins for Jack Lacey. Now leads the championship with Zalan in P2. Killer Blue with a beautiful P3. Drove a great rated Killer Blue. P4's Pine. Decent in the end, I think. Samurai, lots of penalties, but P5, good for him. Sam, decent 6th. 7th was Timer Azim. 8th, Joliana Manu. 9th, Greeny with 10th. In Suburban Noise, taking the final point. So, an amazing race. Jack Lacey takes the lead of the championship going into Abu Dhabi, and Haas are the Constructors' Championship winners. So well done to Jack and Maxi.
Yeah, well deserved. We'll interview them in a second, but I didn't expect that at all going into this race. And as soon as I saw those weather conditions, I knew somebody was going to struggle. And I've just earned a trophy for car control. Yeah, I didn't drive at all. Complete any race with all assists disabled. Big C, you want to invite the gentleman in?
Yep, I'll get them in. So, who are we inviting?
Timer.
So, yeah, Killer Blue doesn't do interviews, so we'll do Zalan, Jack, Pine, and looks he's got issues. So yeah, Jack, Pine, and Zalan then. Yeah, I've invited them, so.
Yeah, thank you, Big C.
So yeah, we'll just wait for the guys to join so we can get these reviews, but a great race. Hello to Pine.
Yeah, phenomenal race. Can't wait to speak to Jack Lacey, to be honest.
So, I think we'll see if Oogie joins. I don't know if I invited him, but we'll see if he applies in the chat.
I think sometimes, you know, he can be a bit afraid to face the music and.
So yeah, just make sure your voices are shared first, please.
Yeah. I'll put it on.
Yep, Zalan as well.
Yep, no.
Okay, so here we have it. The top, 1, 2, and 4. Jack Lacey, your second win. Haas win the Constructors' Championship, but more importantly, you lead the championship going into Abu Dhabi. A fantastic, an amazing win. A great move on Zalan for the win. How do you feel?
Well, I didn't think it would be like this. Yeah, obviously it feels good. Bit unlucky from Oogie. I don't know what happened to Nick either, but you know, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you now, Oogie had a shocker.
Yeah, I heard. I was in the park with him, but I heard, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, obviously Maxi unfortunately, had some issues at the start, but had a great pole position. But your pace was fantastic all through the race. We were a bit worried for your tyre wear, but it looked like everyone had to make a stop anyway. So was there any concerns about tyres or anything throughout the race, or was it quite under control, did you think?
Yeah, on the inters at the end, on the first stint of the inters, I was quite worried. But then I thought Nick pit, but he got a drive-through, I think. Yeah. So then I pit for a new set of inters, and it worked. So yeah.
Yeah, so well done, Jack. Obviously, as I said, Haas are the Constructors champions. So any words about winning the Constructors with Maxi?
Yeah. Max is obviously a great driver as well. So yeah, I'm happy with that as well.
Okay, thank you, Jack. And we'll ask you something after we've done the other two. So in second place, Zalan. Another great podium, Zalan. But obviously you got the pit stop jump, obviously being a bit ahead in the pit lane, rather, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, a great second place. But it looked like Jack was probably slightly quicker, made a great move. So how was the race for you?
It was really good. I wasn't expecting this as I did zero practice for the race. So it was good that it was raining, that I had a slight chance. So we were literally copying each other with Jack, same pace, when Jack made the overtake, I wouldn't like to battle with him because there was Nick and Killer Blue coming, so I just let him through and stick with him, and then my plan was to overtake him. But then I realized that I had a slipstream glitch thanks to Maxi Luca again.
Oh.
So my race was pretty much screwed over. So I'm still happy that I could be this close to Jack because my straight line speed was so bullshit.
Yeah. So
well, you did really well.
Yeah. So thank you, Zalan,
Thank you.
And in fourth place was Pine. So Aaron, questions?
You're right, Nick.
Not too bad, mate.
Well, you'll be bad after this, mate. No, I'm kidding. So obviously another tough race for you. Oogie's made countless mistakes, hasn't he, the past few races? And with Jack now leading the championship, have you lost that opportunity to really dig yourself into that fight?
I mean, I'm still behind Oogie in the championship. So I'm sitting third at the moment. Jack, obviously 2 wins at the last 2 races, he's really delivered. But again, my wet pace just isn't really up to it. It's something I definitely need to try and work on, but there's no real worry of that in Abu Dhabi. But I mean,
and do you kind of look back to races like Canada, I think it was, where you finished quite low down the order? Was it P9?
Oh, Canada was a nightmare of strategy. The main race for me where I think it was lost was Mexico, where I had the connection issues. I ended up, once I actually got into the lobby properly, I was 40 seconds down. But I'm not really going to look back on that. Every race comes, and I'm just going to try and get as many points as I can. Obviously, 7 points to Jack, so if I was to win a championship, I'd have to win. Jack would have to finish 4th. So
yeah, well, you never know what can happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you're still in that battle, so anything can happen. But Oogie's not here to answer this question, so I'd just like everybody to chip in. So Oogie, the championship leader, many would have thought he would have asserted his dominance on that top fight. Do you think he's a broken man?
I don't know what happened. I've seen that incident, I think it was lap 2 or something, and I was just like, not again. It was a greenie as well, so I was just like, not again. And I didn't know the extent of the damage. I knew someone had pitted, but just never knew where he ended up.
And it's the question I wanted to ask him. What do you think, Jack, about Oogie's situation?
Well, it's shocking, to tell you the least.
Wow.
Isn't it, really?
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Well, I don't know. I don't really know what to say about it, really.
But it's not over until the Fat Lady sings at Abu Dhabi, and you know, it's going to be a track that's going to be dry. There's not going to be any effect with weather conditions, so
I hope not.
it'll be an interesting race. It'll be down to pace. So, how do you see that playing out?
We'll have to wait and see, obviously, but kind of confident going into the final round now. So yeah, hopefully it all goes well.
Yeah, I think just one last question for Jack. Obviously, your teammate is it's really quick. So will Maxi be able to help you out? Because to be fair to Time Regime and Pine's teammates, they're not actually that quick. So could Maxi perhaps help you out if needed?
If they turn up.
Yeah, I might have to have a word with him. See
Could
what
I-
he says.
Could ask
I don't
Greeny
know,
again.
you know, if Maxi's in a position to win or whatever, I wouldn't stop him from winning, obviously. So
Mhm.
you know, it is what it is.
Mate, I'd open up a PayPal account and slip a fiver through because, you know, if you want to
Yeah.
win a title and make history, you need your teammate on your side.
Yeah. So on that
Yeah,
on
we'll
that
see how it goes.
yeah, I think on that we'll end the stream here. So well done to Jack, and obviously to Zan on a great second, and Pine getting 4. So me and everyone will be back for the final race on the F1 2016 game in the F1 League. We will have a new champion for the first time since F1 2014. Will it be Jack? Will it be Pine? Or will it be Oogie? Who knows? We'll be back in a week's time.
The end of Big C domination.
For now.
Here's that.
Well,